Today was a very important day in the life of Chris Brown, uh, which, by the way, I think he's the only celebrity that I've made multiple videos about. And that's actually mainly having to do with losing my voice here. The fact that he really is kind of the only celebrity to keep having incidents of noteworthiness occur. With other, rappers, they usually just put out an album. They'll, have some feud with some other rapper for a while, and then that's pretty much their year. He, on the other hand, has had multiple stories. Move that out of the way. There's a notification. So today's event was a standoff he had with officers at his residence, which I heard over the radio first, and then saw some articles online about it. They played clips, of course, audio only over the radio, of his Instagram videos he published during the incident, and those kind of gave his side of the story. He was tired of being demonized and vilified. Now, apparently, a woman called the cops because he pointed a gun at her. Whether or not that's true, we don't know yet, and we don't really have anyone else to corroborate that story. All we know is that's allegedly what he did. Which again, I'm just trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. We don't know if he did it or not. Now, he apparently pointed the gun at her because she refused to leave his party. That's the other part I've heard of it. And multiple people were escorted out of his residence during this incident today, except for him initially, because he wanted to see a warrant from the officers, which again is in the constitutional rights thing going on. So I'm not going to fault him for that. But when they did bring one, he still refused to leave. So they had to stand off. That lasted for a couple of hours. He got out a couple hours ago. I waited a little bit to make this. Just wanted to see if anything else came out. And that's pretty much it for right now. So there are a couple of things I want to sort of weigh in about. The first is that if the gun thing is true, that's ridiculous. You don't point a gun at somebody because they won't leave a party. Now, I can kind of understand the dynamic of, having an uninvited, which is what they're saying the person was. But even more so, I mean, when I think of pointing a gun at somebody in any capacity, it's usually shooting to kill or wound. And if it's just, I mean, I'm kind of conflicted in my stance on this because on one hand, I want to say, oh, well, she's just, an innocent person that, you know, wandered into here uninvited and refused to leave because she wanted to have some fun. On the other, I kind of just can't really tolerate it. What he did, if that really happened, which again we'll see and find out. Uh, the standoff was ridiculous too. After the warrant was, shown, it was after the officers got the warrant. Things should have come to an end by then. There was no reason to drag it out. That much we know is true. So I'm going to give my opinion on that in the context of what really happened. So all in all, he's such a hard figure for me to defend because I like some of his music and I think he is a very talented artist. But the problem he runs into are these incidents, and we've seen it with other singers and rappers before him. Tupac, who will come to mind. But at some point, I just wish this would stop. I mean, I'm so sick of why can't the next time I hear about him it's because of some music he's putting out or some charity he got with. I just get tired of repeatedly seeing stories about Chris Brown, the thug, and even he said in his video that he's tired of being cast as a villain. This is something he's bringing upon himself. This girl was out of line for coming to this event uninvited, if that's really what happened. But I think if he pointed a gun at her, that was even crazier, and that he basically escalated the situation. And when you do that, you kind of end up with this type of scenario where things get even more serious because you've made it more serious. I really hope he finds a way to, I guess, deal with, that type of scenario in a better way that doesn't involve the officers. And I'm glad he didn't get hurt, and no one else did, seemingly. So thank you for watching and have a good day.